Welcome to The Lifted Lens, the podcast, where strategy meets soul, helping motherhood and family photographers build a business that fits their life, not the other way around. Hi, lovely, and welcome back to The Lifted Lens podcast. Today's episode is actually going to be a really practical one, and honestly, one of the things that I get asked about the most, and that's mini sessions, because when they work, they can be so good. And they can bring in amazing income, attract dream clients, and feel really fun and creative. But when they don't work, they can feel really stressful, underbooked, and a bit like thinking, why did I even do this? Why did I even plan these in the first place? And I think there's this idea that mini sessions either work or they don't. But in reality, the difference usually just comes down to how you are launching them. So today I'm going to walk you through my 5 steps that I follow every single time that I launch my mini sessions, whether it's bluebells or summer minis or Mother's Day mini sessions, whatever they are. This is what's helped me go from feeling like I was scrambling to fill the spaces to actually having launches that feel really calm, intentional, and much easier to fill. So we're going to start with step 1, which is planning. And honestly, this is the foundation for everything. If this part isn't right, then the rest will feel much harder. And I see a lot of photographers choosing mini sessions based on what they want to shoot rather than what it is that their clients will actually want to book. So instead of just thinking, oh, I fancy doing some bluebells this year, you want to have a little think about what season are your clients in right now, what would feel really meaningful to them, and what problem are you solving, because mini sessions are usually booked for a reason. So for updated family photos, a gift for grandparents or for Mother's Day, or capturing a specific season of life. So for example, spring might be all about having fresh, light, new beginnings, those lovely spring greens. Autumn might be about cozy and connection and warmth, and Christmas is more about like gifts, traditions, memories. So if you're selling a feeling, then it just feels a lot more aligned. It's not just a time slot. It's actually the emotion behind it that you're selling. And then practically, the things that you need to think about when it comes to the planning stage is, first of all, obviously your dates. So when you're putting your dates in your diary, have a little think about, are these dates actually family friendly? You don't want to be doing a midweek date during the school term and hoping to have older children come to these sessions. Generally, weekends work better, or if you are looking to do a weekday, you can do it in the holidays. That works quite well. But then sometimes both parents aren't always available for those, so you have to also think about that and think about your times. So if you're shooting in the morning, that works really well for little ones. If you're offering evenings or sunset sessions, but you are advertising it for really little children or babies, then the evening sessions might not work so well. They tend to work better for maybe the older children that are happier and more able to stay up a little bit later. Or if you want to do evening sunset sessions, maybe do them a little bit earlier in the year, so it doesn't need to be at sort of 8 o'clock in the evening like in the summer when sunset is, or later in the year, so like September time is quite nice because you're getting the sunsets just that little bit earlier. And also have a little think about how many slots you want to offer, and also what your income goal is going to be. So instead of just randomly picking a number of sessions, you might want to think, okay, I want to make £1,000 from these minis. What does that look like? And kind of work backwards from there. So yeah, that level of intention just makes a really big difference. Now we move on to step 2, which is prepare. And this is what makes your launch feel really smooth instead of stressful. This is the behind the scenes part that your clients are not going to see, but they will absolutely feel. It will make such a huge difference to your client experience, because if somebody is ready to book and your link isn't working or it's confusing, they will just drop off and they will not have the patience to stick around. So you need to always make sure that you have your booking system completely fully set up and tested and ready to go. And make sure your pricing is really clear and simple. All the information that they need to know is right there, that they can see exactly what's included and what's not. And make sure you have your contracts and invoices ready to go, any kind of automated emails ready to go. So confirmation emails, preparation emails, guides, that kind of thing. And then you also need to think about the exact location that you're going to be shooting in. So obviously if these are in a studio, then that's not so much of a problem. But if you're shooting outdoors, then you need to think about where the light is going to be best, the time of day that you're shooting. Have that all planned and ready, so you're not having to think about that and organise that on the day. And also have a backup plan if the weather is bad, which I spoke about in my last podcast. Also think about how you want the session to feel and how you're going to guide your clients during the session, what your kind of workflow is going to be, if it's going to be really high energy or if it's going to be really chilled. And yeah, think about all of that beforehand. So before you even launch your minis, you've got this all kind of prepared in your head or written down, all ready to go. Because when you feel completely prepared, then you will show up so much more confidently, and that confidence will then carry through into your marketing as well. So now we're going to move on to step 3, which is excite. And this is where the magic really starts. So this is about really building that anticipation before you are even opening your mini sessions for booking. Because if you just post, oh, mini sessions are live, then you're relying on people just hopefully seeing it at that exact moment and being ready to book. But if you've been talking about it beforehand and building that excitement, then people are going to be already warmed up and kind of waiting and ready to book. So this can be little hints on your stories. You can talk about why you're really excited for this theme if it's a new location that you've come up with, and you can share behind the scenes of you location scouting, any inspiration that you're getting together. Just get people excited, and you can even ask your audience as well, get them involved, ask them what they would prefer, kind of get their guidance as well. And also creating an email waitlist for early access as well is a real game changer. So you're trying to create that kind of excitement and that feeling of like, oh, this is something that I want, and this is something that I want to book, and before it's even available, and that will make a really big difference to how the launch actually goes. Step 4 is shout, and I say this with love because I know this is where people really hold back, and I have been there myself. You are allowed to talk about your offer more than once. In fact, you need to. So generally, I'm sure the statistics are that somebody needs to see something 7 times. I think it may be 7 times before they would potentially be ready to buy, or will even remember the offer. So generally, if you're posting just once on Instagram, or sending one email to your email list, not everybody's going to open that email, especially on Instagram and social media. Probably only a third of your followers, if that, are going to be actually seeing that post. So please don't be afraid to share it. Yeah, 100% more than once. You can, on launch day, you can share it on your grid. You can talk about it on your stories, send it out to your email list, and then remind people again later in the day. So often if I have bookings coming in really quickly, I'll send another email out later in the day just to let people know that they're getting booked up, and to kind of create that sense of urgency as well. And keep everything really clear about what the sessions are, who they're for, what they're going to get, and how to book. Nobody's kind of confused about, oh, what is this she's selling? It's really clear, and they know exactly where to go, where to book, and how to book. Make it as easy as possible for people to buy. So there's absolutely no confusion at all. I'll often answer questions on stories as well, because if one person is wondering something, then other people probably will be as well. So if somebody asks me a particular question, then I will pop that on my stories, the answer to that, so that people can see. Because people are busy and they need to see things often more than once. And finally is step 5, create a sense of urgency. So this is the bit that so many photographers skip, but it's often what actually will fill those final slots. I think most people don't always book straight away. They'll think, oh, I'll come back to this later. And then life happens and they just forget. So your job is to just gently remind them. So like I said, you can send an email or put it on your stories. It's a really great way to share. Half the slots have gone, or there's only 3 slots left, last few remaining, or remind people booking closes tonight if you have like a close off for the bookings. It's important to remember that you're not being pushy, you're just helping them to make that decision. And honestly, it's usually where you will actually see that final wave of bookings come in, when I send the email out to say that half the sessions have already gone. Often I'll send that email out the same day of the launch, and sometimes within a few hours if they are actually, half the sessions have gone within a couple of hours, which does happen quite often. Then all of a sudden I'll get a load more bookings, and usually by the time my mini sessions actually go out to social media for people to book sort of directly through any links on there, most of the sessions are normally gone just via my email list. Normally I'll have maybe 1 or 2, but generally most of them are gone even by that point. So these are my 5 steps to plan, prepare, excite, shout, and create urgency. And if you take anything from this episode, then please let it be this, that mini sessions, they aren't about luck, they are about intention. And when you approach them this way, then you'll feel so much calmer and more aligned, and I promise they will be so much easier to fill. So if you want to go even deeper into this, including pricing, timelines, and exactly how I structure mine, then my mini session manual will walk you through this step by step. I'll pop a link in the show notes, or you can DM me on Instagram, DM me minis, and I will send you over the link. It is a full step-by-step blueprint of how to launch successful minis. So thank you so much for being here today and listening to this episode, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye.